HCL Cyclothon சென்னை 2024 இரண்டாவது பதிப்பை அறிமுகப்படுத்துவதாக அறிவித்தது. சென்னை ஜூலை 18, 2024 உலகளாவிய முன்னணி நிறுவனமான HCL குழுமம் HCL Cyclothon சென்னை 2024 இரண்டாவது பதிப்பை இன்று அறிமுகப்படுத்துவதாக அறிவித்தது. நிகழ்வு விவரங்கள் மற்றும் பதிவு செய்முறையை வெளியிட்டு HCL சைக்கிள் ஓட்டும் ஆர்வலர்கள் மற்றும் உள்ளூர் சமூகத்தினருக்கு அழைப்பு விடுத்துள்ளது. 5000க்கும் மேற்பட்ட சைக்கிள் ஓட்டுநர்களின் பங்கேற்புடன் நொய்டாவில் 2 வெற்றிகரமான பதிப்புகள் மற்றும் சென்னையில் ஒரு பதிப்பை தொடர்ந்து HCL Cyclothon சென்னை 2024 அக்டோபர் 6, 2024 அன்று மாயாஜால் மல்டிப்ளெக்ஸில் தொடங்குகிறது. தமிழ்நாடு விளையாட்டு மேம்பாட்டு ஆணையம் SDAT மற்றும் இந்திய சைக்கிள் ஓட்டுதல் சம்மேளனத்தின் கீழ் நடத்தப்படும் இந்த நிகழ்வானது 33 லட்சம் ரூபாய் மதிப்பிலான பரிசு தொகையை வழங்குகிறது. செப்டம்பர் 22, 2024 வரை பதிவுகள் திறந்திருக்கும். மேலும் விவரங்களுக்கு www.hclcyclothon.com பார்வையிடவும். தமிழ்நாடு விளையாட்டு மேம்பாட்டு ஆணையத்தின் SDAT உறுப்பினர் செயலாளர் மேகந்தா ரெட்டி சிறப்பு விருந்தினராக கலந்து கொண்டார். HCL Cyclothon சென்னையின் இரண்டாவது பதிப்பை அறிவிக்க ஆசிய சைக்கிள் ஓட்டுதல் சம்மேளனத்தின் பொது செயலாளர் மணிந்தர் சிங் மற்றும் HCL கார்ப்பரேஷனின் வியூக தலைவர் சுந்தர் மகாலிங்கம் போன்ற உயரதிகாரிகளும் விழாவை சிறப்பித்தனர். இந்த HCL Cyclothon MGM டிசி வேர்ல்ட், தனலட்சுமி சீனிவாசன் பொறியியல் கல்லூரி மற்றும் முட்டுக்காடு படகு இல்லம் ஆகியவற்றை உள்ளடக்கிய பாதையை மாயாஜால் மல்டிப்ளெக்ஸில் பந்தயம் தொடங்கி முடிவடையும்.
To talk a little bit about HCL, and I think Alisha in the introduction did mention the fact that we were a $13.4 billion odd technology and allied areas of enterprise. We've been in next year after next is going to be a 15th year of existence. So it's a long journey in Indian technology firmament for us. Our founder Shiv Nagar is a Tamil Nadu person, as all of you know. He grew up and was born and brought up in Tamil Nadu, and he spent his early years here. And we have a lot of things that we do in the state, and many of you know that. I think Tamil Nadu and Chennai is our largest operation from a technology perspective. I have my colleague Srimati, corporate vice president from Technologies here. Thank you, Sri. And she's an ardent cyclist as well, so that's a benefit for us in this sense. So, one of the things that we at HCL do, we like to think of ourselves as, while we do a lot of work in healthcare, technology, etc., but at the core of it, our thinking has always been, and we have spent a lot of time thinking about this, as to what we do exactly, what is it that we want to do. And the answer in our head is that we look at humans, we look at all of us, and see what can we do as an organization to help each other reach the highest potential that we can. Right? So we think of ourselves as somebody who multiplies human potential. If there's certain potential that we have individually in ourselves, what can we do as an organization? What can we do to help each other multiply our potential and reach to the largest extent that we can? So that's the essence of the work that we do, and that philosophy extends in our in the work that we do and in all the activities that we work for. And with that in mind, one of the things that we started this about, specifically in sports, I talked about sports about 10 odd years ago, we talked to ourselves and just thought about what is it that is the most clear way of looking at human potential at the edge or the cusp of the top of performance.
At the outset, it's a matter of pride for SDAT to be partnering with HCL for this HCL Cyclothon Chennai edition 2.2. And at the same time, I must place on record our sincere gratitude and thanks to Honorable Chief Minister and Honorable Sports Minister Sir. Abhishek was mentioning how when HCL came up with this idea, we were very excited. The first thing that struck us was HCL is from Tamil Nadu, but a cycling event is happening in Noida. Why not Chennai? Because Chennai is known for its cycling. So that's the first trigger. And then we know the kind of support HCL is doing to squash and other sports. And then we felt Chennai deserves HCL Cyclothon. See, that's the motivation and inspiration behind which we ensured that the cyclothon happened last year. And I remember that evening when Honorable Minister himself chaired a meeting with top police officials from Chennai, from Tambaram, from Chengalpattu district, because you need 3 jurisdictions. You need to collaborate all of them, bring them together, and then Chennai Corporation, then authorities from Chengalpattu. So, in fact, 15 minutes he gave clear directions and said that this event has to be done in a very successful manner. And you all know how our Honorable Chief Minister himself is a cycling enthusiast and he cycles very often. So I thank both of them for the kind of support that has been given to us. In fact, the joke last year when we did the cyclothon was there were around 1,300 cyclists and there were equal number of cops on the road to protect all of them. So that's the kind of arrangements Tamil Nadu has put in place, and we take a lot of pride in that. And at the same time, the reason why brands like HCL, big companies like HCL probably add special value is, a sport like cycling needs people like HCL to come on board. States can do a lot of work, federations can do a lot of work, associations can do a lot of work, but you have that big brand, the sport is taken to the next level. And we know the kind of medals that BMX offers at Olympics. If I'm not wrong, around 12 medals. So federation spoke to us, association spoke to us. That's when we took it as a challenge. We found a land near Velodrome in Vandalur. And this budget announcement, if you see, one of the first announcements by Honorable Minister Sir on the floor of the Assembly was that Tamil Nadu is setting up India's probably state-sponsored first BMX track. So land has been finalized. In fact, we have the images. Consultants will be there very soon. Probably by the time we launch this HCL Cyclothon next year, we'll have India's first state-sponsored BMX track up and running, which will give wings to more champions on the way. So that's the kind of work we have been doing. The idea is, our idea is to ensure that any guy, any girl, any girl with the potential should be given wings to ensure that they do well in the sport. I have only one request for HCL Cyclothon, and the association and federation is also here. Our biggest challenge will be to ensure that we take cycling to hinterland. We don't it should not be just an urban sport, urban rich sport. There are fantastic boys and girls, and then I can vouch for them because I've been seeing them day in and day out. Fantastic boys and girls trying to do wonders in rural parts. So that's why probably even for cyclothon, yes, we do get good crowd from Chennai, but we need to bring crowd from other parts of the state also. And I'm sure we'll get a fantastic people who want to do cycling. So that's where I request HCL along with the team and association federation to take the message to every nook and corner and bring more cyclists to Chennai. And so with that, let me again thank HCL for bringing this. I'm sure this will be an annual affair, and like many other marathons and cyclothons, people will have great things to speak about HCL Cyclothon. And honestly, let us take pride in the fact that very few cities can offer the breathtaking view and breathtaking road track that we have in Chennai. I don't think any other city has got that. Let's take pride in that and let's make this a big success. Thank you very much.
இந்த வீடியோ உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்சிருந்தா லைக் பண்ணுங்க, கமெண்ட் பண்ணுங்க, ஷேர் பண்ணுங்க, சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்க.